again at another Elden Ring stream. But there's something strange it seems. The mics are open, anyone can speak. So sit right back, listen from people just like you and me, who have to share their thoughts despite the scarlet rot. So welcome your host, the Golden Inquisitor,
Dreamy,
for a 2-hour tour of the lands between.
take that special someone by the hand
And tell them it's time for them to leave,
oh, not again.
because you got lore theories to weave. Starting now.
Welcome back, everybody, to another edition, episode 18 of the Open Mic Call-In Show. Hold on. Episode 18 of the Open Mic Call-In Show, and it is amazing. Yeah, can you imagine that? 18 weeks of Elden lore talk with me, the Golden Inquisitor, and you, the listener, the viewer, the lore theorist, the true backbone of the Elden Ring community. That's all of you out there. Everybody that listens now, everybody that listens in the future, give yourself a pat on the back, because you're it. You're the reason why all of this is possible. So if you like Elden Ring, if you like the lore, consider joining the Discord, the Golden Inquisition. It's a great group of people there that love to talk about Elden Ring. If you like Elden Ring content and other video game content and just entertaining stuff, make sure you follow and watch all the people that are down in the show description or the video description. Like and follow, so subscribe to them, because you will not, I repeat, you will not be disappointed. If you're a returning person to the show, I welcome you. Thank you very much for coming back. Carl, Tuliki, Jackal, Rattle, Cayman, thank you for coming back. And if you're new and if you're listening to this in the future, thank you for clicking. I appreciate it. So the format of the show is, if you want to discuss Elden Ring, share your thoughts, your theories, the principles that you would live by, all you have to do is join the Discord, and then you jump into the roundtable on hold voice section there, and we'll pull you in and we'll talk. You can share your theories and your thoughts on everything. We have a question of the week, and it's a doozy. It is a doozy, and it's a good one, because I don't think anybody will get the answer right. They might get close, but they will not be right, in my opinion. But I'm just a man in a golden mask. And that question of the week, and what we'll be discussing for the main topic of tonight's show, is, what is the Crucible? That's right. What is the Crucible? I told you it was a doozy. So yeah, if we don't have a lot of callers, I will, play some Elden Ring like a normal stream. And if we do have some, and if they don't mind, we can do a round table chat. We've done that before in this stream before. Well, Cayman says that my mask is silver, but in my mind it's gold. I don't have any mods to change it, so just use your imagination. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, all right. So first off, let's get into the game. Let's find us a nice spot to sit, relax, and talk some Elden Ring. I think it works. Maybe it's not. There it goes. All right. Let's see. You know what? We're going to do the same place that we did last time. I think, yes. What a beautiful spot. I really like this from the Inquisition Radio Live. Just staring into the fire, letting the flames speak to you. You know what I'm saying? Let them encourage thoughts. Where's my notebook? My notes. I got my pen. I got my coffee. Yeah. So we might as well just begin. We got one caller. Lines are open. Oh, yeah. 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 He's ready. Let's do it. Oh, shit. Let me set this up just right. Boom. Just like that. Done. Boom, boom, boom. What the hell? All right. I am. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, well. Set that up. There we go. All right. So the first caller of the night is a returning caller and a friend, Base Serpent. Oh, wait. I'm not in the call. Am I? Yes, I am. Okay. All right. Base Serpent, come on down. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Oh, give me, I don't know what's going on. The audio is coming out the speakers instead of my headphones.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what? I don't, man, I hate technology. Give me a second. Boom. There we go. And now let me put this back. Okay. All right. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Mostly running around like a chicken with my head cut off, dealing with too many things, but
Oh,
that's where I thrive.
dude, that's the story of my life. That's the way I feel. Too many
Mhm.
things too many pokers in the fire or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you want to start off with the question of the week, or just jump into something you want to talk about?
I'd love to talk about the question of the week. It was a really interesting one.
Okay. All right. For you, Base Serpent, what is the Crucible?
I was talking to somebody about this earlier in the week, and they said snakes were the crucible. And I was like, where did you come up with this idea? And like obviously there's the one thing that they have in common, right? Fire. There's this big connection with fire. I it's one of the reasons why these communities will never get dull. Like somebody's always got some idea that's just far enough outside your scope that letting them chase that idea down or helping them chase that idea down will give you a whole new perspective. I was thinking about that connection, right? We see fires and snakes all over the game. We see a lot of things all over the game. I remember talking about the Elden Ring itself, and the Divine Gates. As we see the Divine Gates, they kind of look like the lip of a bowl being poured, right? So the light flows out of the bowl, which is what a crucible would look like. A crucible, of course, being a clay pot that you heat, you alloy.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It's like a reverse image.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It's the negative space of the Divine Gate is the image of the light pouring out, the hot metal pouring out of the crucible. And of course, what all elements are made of, the forge of all of the elements, stars. They are a melting pot that creates gold. Is one of the ones that you can only get in a star.
Okay.
Which is to say, the Crucible is none of those things. I mean, it's all of those things, but it's none of those things, right? The way that this game likes to talk about stuff is through metaphor. And the Crucibles create life, right? That's what we see. We see them represented by evolution. We see them. The Crucible Knights are all named after different eras of like the growth of life throughout the Earth's history. So if that is the case, if it could be a star, and it could be a literal crucible where you pour metal out, it could be the Elden Ring, it could be a snake, fire that melts all these things together and creates life from it. It could be, if it could be all these things, I think another one is the tree. The light from the tree brings all of the bodies, all of the souls together to create new life. If it could be all of those things,
Mm-hmm.
why isn't it any of those things?
Hmm.
And my answer
Okay.
is because it is the concept of a mother. It is the concept of the thing that creates life. The crucible, what we are all worshiping, is motherhood in all its form. Whether or not you are like, that's what it boils down to, and why it gets so confused, because there's all these different metaphors for it that are
Uh-huh.
spread through these different cultures, that are spread through these different perspectives, that end up coming like reconverging when when the rubber meets the road, when you're trying to make life or make gods or make whatever, you know
Uh-huh.
there's only a couple of ways that actually happens, and it's you know uh
Hmm. Let me ask you a question.
okay.
Okay. Do you think, well, okay, so it's going to be a two-part question. Do you think in the game, in the reality of the game, do you think that's what they were thinking and or not? Or do you think in a meta sense that Miyazaki and the team that's what they were thinking? You know what I'm
I think
saying?
that's what I think that's what so I think that is definitely what Miyazaki and the team were thinking. And I think that the in world, it's like a big game of telephone, right?
Um,
Somewhere along the line, it was very clear that this crucible metaphor was for a mother.
mhm.
And somewhere along the line, as people take these ideas and change them and make them fit their own worldview and do all this stuff, it becomes this. It blooms into all of these different weird ideas. So probably both, but definitely the first.
Okay. Okay. So how would you, well, okay, so what do you think, how do you reconcile then when they say that the crucible was the primordial form of the Erdtree? Do you, do you just think that's just like muddled information throughout the ages then, like you said, or do you think there
Erd
is a direct connection there?
Erdtree burial results in Erdtree birth. The Erdtree and Marika is the mother of all.
Mm-hmm.
Before the Erdtree, there was other ways of giving birth, probably ways we are more familiar with. Um, and one of the things the abductor virgins do, probably, is stealing kids, right?
Okay.
There's only those born within America's Orthodox are allowed to be born.
Hmm.
So
Interesting. All right.
that's why it's literally a mother and figuratively a mother.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. I can see your answer. I think it's a fascinating interpretation. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a question though, off the subject of the crucible though, on what you said, if you don't mind me asking.
I'd mind all the time, but you
Oh,
do it anyway. Jokes
fantastic.
aside.
Okay, so when you said that America or that people are allowed to be born within America's what was it, reign or her?
Yeah. And only people are allowed Erdtree burial and Erdtree birth within America's Orthodox, within
Okay,
America's order.
where what gives you that idea? Where did you get that from?
Oh, I gotta let me look it up. Cause what's it called?
Hmm.
All right. So we do have there's the generalized concept of like it, I think one of the most loved theories here we have is Boss Saucer's water theory, and that's where we talk about how spirits are represented in water, and the actual act of burying the bodies at the roots of the Erd Tree is to let the spirits be the spirits and the bodies be absorbed into the Erd Tree.
Uh-huh.
So we end up with, if that's the case, and we have a rune of rebirth that at one point was within America, it makes sense that the ability to take all the life from these people and turn them into something new is what we're seeing, right? I think the Great Rune of the Unborn is the really big piece there, right? Because once that's gone, we start seeing the stagnation of, like, there's no more people.
Uh-huh.
The let's see.
But
I do think that the other part of it is we don't like it is deliberately obscured, right?
Right.
The information that we would need to put it together for sure. So however much you take it, there is some interpretation here.
Okay. Let me ask you a question on what you just said as well. You
Mhm.
said that there was no more birth once the rune of the unborn was taken out, or something like that, right? Then how do you reconcile that statement or that belief when Melina says births still continue, life still goes on, or whatever, in the Frenzy Flame ending, when you're treading down that pathway, she tells you people are still being born. How do you reconcile that?
Well, I mean, Erd Tree rebirths, right? Because if we understand that America wanted things to work this way and was making efforts to make them work this way, and now everything's not working anymore. It seems like most of that stuff is happening for like the demi-human queen, whereas we see the humans that exist mostly in the world are, I think the game calls them undead, even though they're not
Right.
those who live in death. The game calls them undead.
Right. Okay. So you think it's just the humans, or do you think it's just people in the lands
Those who
between
were
that are affected by
those
this?
who right, those who were reborn are stuck like that,
Okay.
right? That process is ended. Turns out you can still have sex,
Uh-huh.
but probably not those who are reborn, right? Like,
Okay. I had another question. Let me see. I forgot it. But I do have a question from the chat though for you. It's from Yo Pharaohs. Welcome back. Welcome back, Meadow. And Rob Austin. Welcome back. Yo Pharaohs has a question for you. He asks, in whose image might the abducted virgins be built?
I think they have to be America. I think it only makes sense that they're America because we see them in what is it? We see them in the DLC in and around Fort Reprimand,
Uh-huh.
and they are defaced, much as the statues of America are. They have their heads knocked off. Moreover, we see them. So we have
That's
they have this
interesting.
teleporting technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they it seems like Rykard was using this to teleport them to the Inquisition to do that stuff. But somehow all of these omen and all of these what are they called? The merchants, the traveling merchants, ended up under the capital.
Right.
Somehow, I posit that those people were captured by the abductors and teleported under the capital, where they were supposed to be kept out of sight. They are not a part of the orthodoxy. We bury that shit.
Right. Okay. Okay, I remember my question. My question is, back to the rebirth and birth and stuff. Do you know of anybody in game that's been reborn through the Erd Tree?
Anybody? What do you mean?
Well, the rebirth of being absorbed and rebirthed from the Erd Tree is like a statement of faith. So I was wondering if, in your explanation there, that statement of faith would have to be factual, and I was just wondering if you have any idea or a theory of somebody that was rebirthed through the Erd Tree.
I mean, I kind of think it's probably most of the non-tarnished, right? Because I think that's why the tarnished are sent to the rest of the world to live and die and come back and kill God. Whereas those who are trapped in the lands between are probably going through that rebirth.
Oh,
Or would be. It might just be that it's like distributing the souls, but I do think that like that might be why we see characters like Arena that are just the same person as Hayata. Like Hayata is just the same person. She does die. I think her body is still there or something. No, her body moves, but like
well, her body gets possessed by Shibiri.
Yeah. Shibiri is pretty clear about who he is. He's like, I'm Shibiri. So she's probably like, she might be possessed by Hayata, right? Like it might be that Hayata is another demon thing of the of the whatever that is, right?
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
That Hayata is another thing, but Shibiri tells us that he's Shibiri, and he tells us that he took the body of what's his face. So, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have a great answer for if there was somebody who specifically was born of the Erd Tree, because I think it's just one of those things that most people are like. This is how most people are. So I would want to see, like, one of the other things about it, like if you remember, there is the Mikkela's egg was cradled in a womb in the tree, in the Halig tree.
Right.
I mean, it's just another connection to the trees and the crucibles, the motherhood aspect.
Okay. I can see that.
So
I can see that. Interesting. I like your answers. Good ones. Well, is there anything else you would like to discuss? The floor is yours, sir.
Nope, that was it.
That was it?
I just wanted to talk about, because there's so much to talk about, to be honest.
Is there?
What's it called? It's one of the reasons why the moons are so interesting, is because they're such a feminine symbol, and there's so much so a symbol of what's it called, like menstruation and puberty and growing up and doing all this stuff. That's a big feminine symbol.
Well,
but they're. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you finish before I ask.
The moons are mostly associated with the Carians, who are specifically not America, who are very specifically not America, who is the Queen Mother of all. So I think it's interesting. I'm not sure where to go with it. My theory is that they're probably the same species, if not family, like way back when, but
right.
Way back when. So we'll find out, or we won't.
Hopefully we'll find out in the movie. I hope so. Please, something. Okay, let me ask you my question now. All right, so the question back to the moons and stuff. So do you see the moons and all of that as a feminine thing only because of the matriarchies of power within the game, and and in real life stuff, religions and stuff like that, I've always dubbed it that. But do you think, with the way that Miyazaki and the team take things and distort it in a way that we don't really expect, could it be that we're not delving deep enough and not looking obtusely or whatever at the moons just being feminine? They could be representing something completely different than that.
Mm-hmm. Could be. I have not considered. I've not. So my big takeaway here is that the moons represent the night. But I don't know if there's another thing that might connect them, that might be a hidden piece that I haven't considered.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think we have twins. We have a red twin and a blue twin. We have the Sword of Night and Flame, a story of a red-haired champion wooing the Queen of the Moon. Like, we have a fled god of the what's it called? We have a fled god of the dragons, and this sun who's been leached of light. If not, like to me, there's probably some big thing having to do with Night and Flame, the sun and the moon, and whatever happened with the dragon that is unexplained, and we have to pull the meaning out of it. Whatever answer you come up with, that's like one of the very central mysteries. Like, what is this big relationship? Because the other thing about the dragons is apparently the giants kick the dragon's ass. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe the giants are the important ones. But there's one singular ice dragon.
Well, in base game, right? And then you have the other ice dragon. What's her name?
I don't remember.
In Night Rain? I forget her name.
Oh, in Night Rain. I was not even thinking about Night Rain. I'm just saying the text for Borealis is like, there was only ever one.
Oh, I get you. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but yeah.
I think Meta has a question for you. Or maybe both of us. She asks, all of the Tarnished have been reborn, haven't they? And I think she might be asking if they've been reborn through the Erd tree. I would say they weren't.
They seem to be something else.
Yeah.
They seem to be something else. They might be like grace constructs, which is one of the ideas somebody we were talking about a couple of months ago. Crazy idea. It makes sense though.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the Tarnished are. A grace construct is a pretty good explanation of what something along that direction. I'm not saying that it's like the right thing, but it's in that field over there. Yeah. Because I have no idea what the Tarnished really are. They can die and be reborn every morning, and it's
right.
Like, are they?
One of the things is the remembrances for the other bosses.
Uh-huh.
Like, we know that the people who we are were people who lived and died in the rest of the world. So we're kind of like remembrances of those people.
Right. Yeah. And some of us, I think Miyazaki in an interview had said that some of the Tarnished or whatever are the original Tarnished, and some are descendants of the original Tarnished. And I don't remember specifically, but I think he may have said that the player Tarnished is a descendant of those Tarnished. So I don't know. I think it's a fascinating statement that we'll probably, hopefully, in the movie we'll get some answers eventually. But I really don't know what to make of them, honestly. I hope that answered your question, Meta.
And if it doesn't, you're on the same page as the rest of us.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh, I have come up with a second subject. It'll be very brief though.
Oh, go ahead, man. Floor is yours.
I want to posit you a new show idea. Just somebody comes up with a batshit theory and everybody else has to defend it.
Oh, oh, that's cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, so like you could I'll come up with saying um the I'll what's it called? I don't know. I'll come up saying the bats used to be uh the singing bats used to be Nanaya's people, and you and whoever else is there has to figure out how to make that work.
You know what?
Whether
I
yeah.
love that idea, and I think that would be a great segment or a show for the Inquisition Radio Live with Boss and Rattle, and then the fourth person comes in. You know, our fourth guest, or you know, whoever wants to come in, or a caller, will tell us that, and then we'll have to defend it and put our lore chops to the test.
Right. To see if there's enough pieces to put that together. Because maybe there's not, right? Maybe they're blowing smoke. But it would be fun if you could.
Wow.
Anyway.
I like that idea. Well, I'll shoot it. Hopefully they're listening. I'll shoot it across the guys, or you know, put it in the Discord and let everybody see. We'll discuss it. And I think that's a fascinating. That sounds fun because I like coming up with stuff on the fly because like, and I don't know, like these on call things. You know, it may sound like I don't believe or I'm just being a contrarian. But a lot of the theories are really good, but I'm really just like making conversation in it, and I'm really good at it. I think so.
Yeah, we keep coming back.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that'd be great. I think that's a great idea. Kudos, man. Kudos.
Taluki has a name for it. The Round Table Roundtable.
The Roundtable. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if we can get the guys together more than one night a week. If not, I'll just do it here and on a because well, I was discussing with Taluki maybe changing the call-in shows to a Tuesday so I can have like a weekend because my weekends are Sundays and Mondays, right? And she had suggested that, and that is a great idea. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, that is a good idea, and I think I might do that. I'll change it to like a Tuesday night, and then maybe like I still want to do occult Thursdays on the first of the month, and then maybe like the second Thursday of the month or whatever we can do roundtable. That sounds so good. Don't forget to watch roundtable on and if the guys don't want to get together on one night, we'll just do another like call-in show just like this, and everybody just comes in. I'll just pull everybody in, and we'll have a roundtable. I think that would be better. We'll just do it on here, and just a roundtable. Oh, I love this idea. You got me. Thanks, man.
Quick fire round at the end of the call-in system. That would be a cool one. Yeah,
dude, we'll call it the hot seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll pick somebody and we'll just throw them questions, and they'll be, I mean, like. They'd have to be tough yes or no questions, true or false, something that's like controversial just to make them like sweat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see it. Something, yeah, exactly. Where you're giving them something that like requires a bunch of explanation to even get to the point, and they have to say yes or no.
Yes or no. And the hot seat will just be yes or no questions like, Moog was a great guy, or Moog was a victim, or Moog did nothing wrong, or Mikla, America was great. Radigan was a great dad. I'll be like,
Radigan was a great dad is a good one. I
yeah.
like, it should be stuff that is, it should be stuff that's fun to think about, but is not like obvious.
I like that idea too. Like you make it a quick round at the end of the call in. Oh, the last person that called in gets
gets blasted.
Yeah, it gets blasted. Okay. Let's practice. Let's do it. Let's do it real quick. Well, the question I just asked, we'll pretend that it's there, right? Pretend that you're tired from talking lore. You're exhausted. Your mind's burnt out from contemplating higher realms.
say yes or no.
Oh yeah, it's got to be a yes or no answer. Ready? Radigan was a great dad.
Yes.
Oh dang! See? Oh my God, you're like me. Radigan was a great guy, dude. Radigan was a
I
great
know
guy.
what a great guy. He was a great dad because he was there.
He was there
Because
because Mama didn't care. Didn't take me to the fair. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a great man. I love that
Godfrey.
idea.
Godfrey's gone.
Godfrey's gone.
Godfrey.
He's a deadbeat dad.
All these people are trying to be him because he wasn't there. He's
wasn't
left
there.
a hole in their life, and they're trying to fill it with killing everybody like
Right?
he did.
The absentee father left a vacuum in the lands between. This is a lore theory now, people. This is where you're getting. This is why I don't do videos that much anymore, because I put it all out here. Godfrey being banished, being a deadbeat dad, because he died somewhere, right? Right, deadbeat.
Yeah,
and
literally dead.
Literally
Dead.
left a vacant slot, left a void in the psyche of the people of the lands between, that they were traumatized. They wanted a father figure, and they turned to the only person that said they would do it. They turned to Radigan, not knowing that he was really the villain of it all. Bum bum bum. Oh, there you go. The end. What do you think about that?
Single mother who stepped up.
Yep.
Anyway,
and don't forget, America was an abusive mother. She wasn't a good mother either.
if she was even alive.
Oh, good. I like where you're going with that. Because honestly, in my opinion, Radigan killed America like towards the beginning.
I mean, yes and probably, and also Radagon probably is America.
Well, I believe he became America. I believe it.
You don't like my version of the theory where he's a
You want to hash that out again? We can hash it out again if you want.
I just don't understand why that one was such a big, like, it felt like that one was something that was bigger than another theory where it's like, oh yeah, we don't, this is a problem.
No.
Oh shit, I wasn't surprised by it.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, like I said before, it's not a bad theory. I just don't think they would do something like that.
Yeah, it sounded like the way that the reaction was that, like, it was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It was a big reaction. It was a big reaction. That's all.
Hey man, you're gonna have to go back and listen to it, because I told you even then that it was a good theory. I just didn't agree with it. I think if they did it, I'll tell you again, it's bad writing. If that's true,
my thing. Like, bad writing. That's big. All right, but I do gotta go.
All right.
So I appreciate it, and I think we should definitely sit down and hash it out at some point, because it's a good theory.
it is a good theory. I just don't agree with it. All right, man. Well, you have a great night, and I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
All right, everybody. That was Base Cannon Serpent. Make sure you check him out on the Discord. He's a wonderful guy, as you heard. Great guy. Very intelligent. Let's see. Your Pharaoh says, I like to think that when Radagon became Elden Lord, everyone was like, who? Yeah. Even Muriel is kind of that way, because he says, why a mere champion why would America pick a mere champion? Which is quite interesting. You know, I think that's a very telling, statement there of what the world thought of Radigan, and why when we play the game and we see the intro of the game, or even in the trailers, the story trailers and everything like that, no one ever mentions Elden Lord Radigan. It's always, at the end of the story trailer, Ronnie looks at you and she's like, will you be Elden Lord? Well, you already have one. Radigan's technically still alive. What is going on? So there's a question for the world. All right. So the next caller is Jackal Khan. Jackal Khan is a great guy. He's also, they're all great guys. Let me just say that. You can follow him follow and subscribe and like on YouTube as Jackal Khan. Great guy. Great guy. All right, so we're pulling him in. On the count of 3, Jackal, you better be ready. 3, Oh, I wasn't ready. There he is. Welcome back, Jackal.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me properly?
I can, and I hope that it continues to work.
Well, okay. There's a thing about that. I can explain it if you'd like, or we can go to the question of the week.
No, explain it, because I don't want it to linger in my mind for the rest of my life. Explain it to me.
Okay. It turns out it's not my internet connection, but more or less my laptop's connection to the internet. Because every other device I have in the house works just fine. But for some reason, and I'm literally looking at it right now, the laptop just flickers in and out between the connection, and I have no idea why. And I've been troubleshooting it ever since I got home from work. And I've been trying to also like gauge whether or not Discord will work properly. But every time I see the Wi-Fi signal blot out and reconnect again, that makes me know, oh, you can't hear me. I gotta deal with this shit on my phone now.
I
And
understand.
it's doing it right now as we speak.
All right, so let me tell you what
Yep.
it is. Your the motherboard on your laptop, whatever, it's got a built-in Wi-Fi, transmitter or whatever. It's faulty, and that's going to be a pain in the ass to fix. But you can get it fixed. They'll just take it, resolder a new one, but it might be $100 or $200. Just to let you know. If
Well, shit.
Yeah,
Well, and all else, I could still just use it as a like work operanda, and just get other things done via that, and not have to use it for like the call-in show.
also,
We just have to deal with me just phoning it in from for my weekly answers.
yeah, but you also have another option besides taking it to go get repaired. They do make
Uh-huh.
USB Wi-Fi adapters that you can plug into your USB port, and that might be an option. Then those will probably run like 30, $40, but you look
Oh,
into
that
it.
could be better.
Yeah.
I'll look into that.
All right, no problem, man. All right, Jackal. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
clearing the air for us. Do you want to start with the question of the week or jump into something that you love?
No, let's go ahead and start with the question of the week, unless anyone has any like other questions.
Let's see. Okay. No, nobody's got questions yet. So if you have any questions, make sure you type them up. Do at Jackal, so I know it's for them and you're not talking amongst yourselves, please. All right, Jackal. Question of the week for you, sir. It's a doozy. What is the Crucible? Go ahead.
Okay, so uh, plain and simple, the Crucible itself is the word for the denizens of the lands between to describe life and evolution entirely. Um, there's a specific connotation about being alive and living, like say for instance those who live in death are technically viewed as alive, but it's like a cultural taboo to just be a skeleton walking around because hey, I don't dig this Erd tree shit. And there's also those who live without like the grace of gold that are also looked down upon, let's say the omen, because why do you have a collective of spirits living inside you? Why are you so malformed? Why didn't this process work correctly? There's a lot of questions, not a lot of answers. But the crucible, and I think Yo Ferris explained it a little earlier, that it's also like the concept of evolution itself. There is no shortage of beasts and animals that have growths that are very independent of their species. Like let's say in the Shadowlands, when you've got turtles with horns on them, or hippopotami that also double as Sonic the Hedgehog. Um, it's just it's a culmination of these various energies that explode into life, to say the least. Um, in fact, the entire foundation for the faith of the Erd Tree, even before the Golden Order, was a predilection that there were so many different other trees or saplings growing from this stump of the of the Crucible, that everything kind of more or less like competed for dominance in a world that was particularly unkind. And Eventually, you could call it the natural selection of the crucible that gave the power to and the rise of the Erd Tree itself. Um, just some way or somehow, some other, America and her forces were the battle royale champions, and that is effectively what the Crucible is. It's life energy, culminating in a literal sense, much like a crucible, just churning and forming and coagulating until something actually tenable rises and becomes even stronger for it.
Really? Hmm.
That's at least how I see it. All those statues of this like burnt monk figure that's got a seven-pointed tree rising from a
Oh,
stump that's been like, yeah, the one that's like all over Langdell and several other places, and this like unnamed burnt figure that um is just so well revered, but we don't know the name.
it's America.
Well, I mean, do we even know that? How do we know that that's America?
I
Because
I
America has a very distinct look.
I
She
have a
she even has a before and after.
right. She does, but I have a video on it. But I'll
I
explain
did,
it
I
here.
saw that video, but I also disagreed with it.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, well, then who do you think it is then, or suspect? Do you have an idea in what direction it could be?
The Melina strikes me as a possible candidate. How she is burnt and bodiless as we see her, but also is this deeply hidden figure. She has her own room at the bottom of at the near bottom of an elevator that we can't even access until we get special permission from Morgoth's death. And we also have like other claims, like born at the foot of the Erd Tree, but she doesn't remember who she is. And given the connotation of the figure who does appear to be burned, it could be possible that Melina, as a pre-established kindling maiden, perhaps the only one of her kind, might have burned a prior tree that gave rise to the Erd Tree. But that's me speculating. I'd have no solid evidence for that.
Huh.
Um, another idea is that it could be perhaps Radigan. Um, the way the tree is being held is in the same kind of like stance and tone that the champions, the statues of the hooded champion holding a great sword. I have a feeling that that's Radigan, and there's some kind of connection between the two. But again, it's more speculation. Uh, and so far, those are my prime two guesses. Another lazy guess is that it's just some Dell relevant monk or prophet that foresaw the rise of the Erd Tree and of this golden life that was bountiful everywhere, and America approved of his uh, of their reverence to be have statues built all over the place. But again, no firm evidence.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. When it comes to the statues, yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Even though I say it's America, even though I say like the statues of, uh, see my quotation fingers, Radigan, um, and then like the statues of Velka, the one statue of Velka and stuff like that. Even though I have my stance of what I believe they are, that stance is built on straw. I mean, as soon as somebody comes up with a convincing argument to me explaining what all these statues are and who they represent, what they represent, I'll believe it. I'm just waiting for something that's really convincing. That sounds like it could be set in stone. Um, but yeah, that's me. And yeah,
Well, well, knowing FromSoft, that set in stone kind of affirmation will remain as ethereal as dust, and we'll have to speculate till the end of time as Miyazaki just giggles and twiddles somebody's feet.
right. Yeah. Anyways, so uh, Was there anything else you would like to discuss? I mean, the floor is yours. So there's no other callers, so you can take as long as you want.
I guess to drop some news, I do have a new Elden Ring video
You
on my
do.
channel. It's another gameplay. It's a continuation from the first. The vagabond I made, Spiral Fusion. She is heading down towards the Weeping Peninsula, and funny enough, it ends in the same off of the same beat that the first one does.
Oh, really? All right. Since
Yeah.
you're a content creator, uh, and it's just us right now, right? It's just me and you in the world, nobody else.
Yeah.
Let me pick your brain. let,
Everybody.
let me pick your brain about being a content creator, and what is it? It's open mic. What is it that drew you to Elden Ring? And yeah, let's start there. What drew you to Elden Ring?
Oh man. I'm not gonna say this is a deeply personal question, but it almost kind of is.
Well, you don't
Um,
have to answer it. You can be like, I plead the fifth.
you know, it's fine. It's fine. I should be able to move past this anyway. Um, so so contrary to popular opinion, if ever such a thing could be, I consider myself to actually be a fake FromSoft fan.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, okay, so I did play Dark Souls 1 a couple of years after it released. It was at a friend's house. He had an Xbox, and he wanted me to try it because, like, dude, this game's totally hard. And I was like, okay, sure. And I picked the night, and I started the game, and I just barely squeaked a victory against the Asylum Demon, and made my way just barely. I made my way to the Firelink Shrine, and I was having such a hard time of everything that I never even got to the Taurus Demon. I got to the Taurus Demon, had my ass handed to me, and it was like, okay, I'm done. This game's too hard. Um, this this was years ago, and I
Yeah.
had a different mindset then, a different opinion of things, and since then, I had kind of like turned my nose up at FromSoft games. Like Dark Souls 2, too hard. I want games to be fun and easy kind of attitude. Oh, Dark Souls 3, yeah, sure, I can get why people like that sort of thing. Maybe it's got like some Castlevania vibes, but again, too hard for me. I'll play something else.
Uh-huh.
That was my mindset for like the longest time. Um, and then we come to 2022. Um, I I had lost someone very close to me. Um, Somebody that I was ready to spend the rest of my life with, and I couldn't see myself living without.
Damn.
And it was hard. It was I there are very few points in my life I can think I was even lower than that, but that one was probably the most emotionally difficult thing for me. And I had to pretty much try and pick up the pieces of, where do I go from here? Who am I without them? And what do I do with my life? Where do I go? Because I'd never had my own sense of direction. Everything was kind of just we do it together.
Right.
And one of the things this person and I used to enjoy was Game of Thrones, the series. We had fun with it. We even like were aghast by the mishandling of seasons 6 through 8, and we were like, oh man, like we didn't even we haven't really even read the books at that point,
Yeah.
and even we were like, this is fucked up. What are they doing? But watch season 8 we did, and we kind of just more or less said, all right, well, that happened. Doesn't mean we really hate Game of Thrones. It just means that maybe, you know, people should try and stick to the books or whatever.
Right.
And, we kind of moved on. And so I see the trailer for Elden Ring. I'm like, oh, FromSoft is doing another game. Cool. I can't wait for a million of those to kind of just hit the internet and me not escape the fucking claw of Dark Souls forever on. And then I saw that George R. R. Martin kind of like co-wrote it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, all right. And I wasn't sure what to think of it at first. And so yeah, here I was kind of just sitting in an empty house and I play a Hawkshaw video and it's his color video.
Yeah.
And there's like a moment, or maybe it was another one, but there was a moment he was describing Radon. And it was like Radon, this, almost Greek Heracles, god of war kind of guy, just big, burly, and swinging great swords around. He loves his horse and he loves a cat. And I'm like, yeah, that's hilarious. That's adorable.
Yeah.
And I had money to blow, and I thought, you know what? It's everything's bright and colorful. There's a fucking jump button. Maybe I can give this game a try.
There's a jump button. I love that.
Okay, that was a big contention for me. You're telling me I have to navigate through this maze like of a place in the fucking undead burg, and I can't even fucking jump properly? Are
Right.
you kidding me? Now I'm just like, oh wow, I'm glad I can just like press circle twice to jump and try and skip off of a tree in Dark Souls 3. But back then it was a huge point of contention for me.
Me too. Me too.
And
Go ahead.
so I finally get Elden Ring. I wait for it to download, and when I finally play it, I was horrified. I was horrified because my skills of a gamer had not changed even once in all those years since Dark Souls 1, and everything just fucking kicked my ass.
Yeah.
Even Godric's soldiers, I tried to make sure I pin down one on one. Now I can get surrounded by 10 of them and be like, ooh, finally, an even match. Um, but uh, you know, I would just watch videos. I was finding myself a lot more addicted to the lore, but the most of the thing that got me was the color of it all. Like everything is so vibrant and beautiful, it's the one thing that like didn't attract me to Dark Souls because everything's dreary and gray for the
Depressing.
most part.
Yeah.
So like yeah, and I didn't feel like or at the time I didn't feel like being depressed, but now since I understand what it really means to be depressed and what it really means to lose everything, only then did I finally appreciate the beauty of everything, including all of the Dark Souls titles.
Amen.
And yeah, and well, anyway, I still wasn't good at the game.
Yeah.
And I relied on every cheesing trick I could learn and, kind of skirt my way through. But eventually, I was able to beat it. I had tons of help. I've had a lot of people summon. I had summons. I had just did every little things that Miyazaki would do because he's not good at video games, and that gave me hope. um, and I was able to beat it. I was able to beat Elden Ring, and I remember sitting there with this profound sense of accomplishment that like I couldn't really prove to anyone, but it was mine and mine alone, and I had learned to just appreciate that just particular moment, you know?
Right.
And there was also this like sense of emptiness too, because one, I couldn't like regain that sense of like wonderment I had initially obtained from playing it for the first time. And I finally started to understand what all of the Souls veterans were talking about when when they were hungering for new content, hungering for that sense of surprise. I could finally count myself among them. Except from my perspective, I had like fucking 7+ games to, finally, reach out to and try my hand at, and now I'm living large.
Yeah.
And even the most hollow part of it all is that the one person that I wanted to really show, how much I learned off to is gone now. And that profound sense of emptiness is what really connected me to everything.
Right. I I understand that completely, man. I understand that completely. Um, yeah, our stories are slightly paralleled when it comes to what brought us to Elden Ring. Yeah, dude, that's amazing.
I understand.
Um,
Yep.
let's see. What is your now? Are you gonna blah? Are you gonna be making Elden Ring content like lore videos or just gameplay videos? What are your plans for that?
Eventually, I will. My plan right now, I'm still trying to get everything. I'm still trying to work on my Night Rain as Star Wars theory.
Dude,
Um,
yes,
and
you should do that.
I'm working on it. I promise I will get it done probably within the year, but it's my work schedule is so slow, and being a dad is kind of like time consuming and everything. So like getting a moment to actually sit down and go through videos, and I still need to get recording for shit, and
I feel that.
there's so much. There's okay, word to the people. If you're going to try and be a YouTuber and work on lore videos, be prepared to sink in a lot of time you didn't think you had. All right.
True.
That's that's the main contender. Right now, it's easy for me to just like post let's play videos because I can just post them from my PlayStation without any real editing and try and make everything, cut and dry under an hour and it'll be fine. But if you really got to put work into it, you've got to like actually divest time because you'll be thinking like, you know what, I could do a little bit of editing and then sit on the computer thinking like you're going to pass 20 minutes and next thing you know, it's an hour and a half. So time is valuable, plan ahead.
That is completely true because like even the streams, the podcasts, this podcast, you know, it because it does take a lot of time. It does, and if you like, and I skipped the whole step of writing a script too, so that also will take a lot of time if you start doing it that way too. It's like the same thing for my shoe theory. I've been bouncing that around for like 6 months now, and the thought about starting it is like daunting because there's so many like screenshots or something of shoes I have to get, or offline, and then put it all together into a cohesive, video. It's like wow, and I just don't know where to start with that too. That's why I haven't done it yet. I like on my theory board. I have another theory here that I want to work on too, but I don't know. It's just like life is busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand completely.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. What? Oh. Boss Saucer is in the call. Do you mind if I let you go, sir?
No, that's fine. I feel like I've said a great deal.
All right. I appreciate what you shared with us, and thank you, man. And I understand. I understand.
Thank you.
Everybody, Jackal Khan, make sure you watch his stuff on YouTube under Jackal Khan, the greatest lore theorist to walk on this side of.
New Elden Ring video dropped last night, everyone. Be sure to check it out. Shameless plug in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, hey, don't forget to post that in the self-promotion channel too.
I will.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's why it's there. Use it.
Okay.
All right. Take it easy, man. Bye.
You too. Bye.
All right, everybody. That was Jackal Khan, a great guy. Welcome back, Boss Saucer. Okay, we're going to pull in Boss Saucer. He's here. He's also a content creator. Man, the Golden Inquisition, full of content creators. Great content creators. And, yeah, a lot of great people here. So here we go. Boss Saucer, I'm going to pull you in on the count of 4. Are you ready, man? 1, 2, 3, 5. Are you here? Uh-oh.
How's it going? Hey,
Hey, how's it going, man?
doing good, doing good.
How you been? You been busy?
I have been busy. Just like you were talking about Jackal, scripts are a nightmare.
Yeah. You are
You
you
get
work
lost in them. They take forever. I know
Yeah.
all of it.
Are you working on something new right now for your channel?
Yeah, I'm actively working towards a Dark Souls video. I need to throw the Dark Souls community a bone.
Oh, nice, man. You're
But of course, Dark Souls leads to Elden Ring. Like both are brothers and slash siblings. Many
nice.
things.
I like that. I look forward to that. I love your videos, man. You make great
Oh,
videos
yeah,
too.
definitely. Thank you very much. You too.
Nah. Hey, so do you want to you want to answer the question of the week or jump into something?
No, hit me up with the question.
All right, question of the week for you, Boss Saucer.
Yes.
What is the Crucible?
The Crucible? That's a real good question, and I assume many people have given different options because there's no really concrete evidence of something, but I can give you my thing. Well, if people know me, you know what I'm going to say, water.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right,
I think I said this
Let me
before,
get my
like
notebook.
well,
Okay.
oh yeah, sure.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
Well, basically, I said before in one of, like in an older video, the water is really important. Life in our world sprang from water. The crucible is where all life was melted together or bended together, just like water or this primordial sea. Uh, the world of Elden Ring or Elden Earth could have gone through the same process of our planet, that all life has sprung from water, so everything's aquatic. Death is really aquatic. Not sure about life. Well, we have a lot of crabs, crawfish, and land octopuses. That's for sure, and the jellyfish
Uh huh.
and giant crawfish in Night Rain. Great game. But I believe the Crucible is a period of time, just like a physical thing, like this primordial place where all life was together. But it's all about energy as well. Like we can harness the power of the Crucible to do things, just like Marcus sprung the earth tree from the Crucible. So the Crucible was still in existence when she got it and turned it into the earth tree. The crucible is a period of time, is where all things are together, metaphorically and literally, for sure, and it's attached to nature. I believe the crucible is nature on itself as well, like plants, animals. That's on the street of the crucible. So my conclusion is the crucible is a type of energy, if not what all the energies are together.
Okay. Okay. I agree with
That's my take.
I agree with you partially. I believe the Crucible is energy, right? But let me ask you this, because of what you were saying. I have a question
Yeah,
here
sure.
in my notes that I've took. Do you believe? I like this idea that you said that the Crucible was a period of time, like an age, right?
Yep.
Do you believe? Do you think? What do you think if the Crucible is just another word for the One Great?
That's pretty accurate because the one great is this cosmic crucible under quotes where all things in the universe slash existence was in one place, and the crucible is the same thing.
Uh-huh.
My response would be the one great is a crucible, the crucible of the crucible. It's quite a inception thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. No, that was the only question I had for your theory, because you explaining it the way you did made me realize, or come up with the idea, that maybe it was the one great. Maybe that period of time, the world was the one great before it was shattered into all these different life forms that we see now. But and I'll say this too, but if I believe that, then that kind of technically destroys my theory of the crucible is an energy force in the center of the planet. But I guess
Well, you can have two theories running together.
Right.
That's not an issue.
Yeah, for me it is, because I'm like, I like to stay single minded. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be double minded
course.
about things, even though sometimes I am. I won't lie. But I think that's a fascinating idea, that it is a period of time and that it could be the one great, all in the one same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because I think Hayera says that, oh, like everything was together in the one great, but the Grotto Will made a mistake. What was the mistake? What do you think was the mistake?
Oh, that's
The
a great
creation of
question.
different things, or I think the Grotto Will gave consciousness to things, just like Adam and Eve ate the apple and realized they were naked, and basically consciousness, knowing that you exist, makes suffering.
That's a great question of the week.
Who knows?
That's a great question of the week.
What was the mistake of the Grotto Will?
Yeah. Let me write that down.
Well, you can note it down. Who knows?
Yeah. Let's take it
I
over
mean,
there,
I'm pretty sure someone has said a better question, but it's still interesting.
yeah. Yeah, because you know what? That's yeah, that's a fascinating question. What is that mistake? Was it yeah, okay. Because the frenzy flame and those people that worship it, or maybe not the people that worship it, but the beings that live within it, I guess they would see the creation of life the way we have it now as the mistake. And
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they only know that they are a mistake because they have a consciousness that leads them to believe that. If they didn't have a consciousness, they wouldn't have a problem with it. So that's the mistake. That's what I believe, but
so you think
kind of fits.
you think that their mistake is their consciousness? You think consciousness is the mistake?
Well, that's the consciousness that Hayea says, and she's quite biased. But I don't think that's a mistake. I think that's like a natural thing of life. Like Miyazaki likes to like, oh, like souls gives you consciousness. Like this is what differentiates people from things. So that's like the big difference. That's the great division of how Miyazaki likes to do things.
Okay.
And this guy, he likes to recycle. He's pretty green.
Yeah, it's pretty green.
He's really ecological.
Okay. I meant to ask this question for Jackal, but I'll ask you. You know
sure.
about the statue at the Church of Valves, right? Valves. where-
Yeah, the one behind Muriel.
Yeah, the one that people think is Velka.
Yeah.
Since you're doing a Dark Souls theory or whatever you're doing, which I'm
Yes.
excited to see, do you think, if this is part of your theory there, don't answer it, but if it's not, let's discuss it. Do you, Boss Saucer, think that is truly Velka? You think that's a connection to the Dark Souls series, or no?
Well, to answer that question, yes, I'm working on the video, and actually that statue comes up, but I can talk about it. I like to explain things. That's why we're here.
Okay.
But that statue is a Queen of Lothric statue. That's not Belka. But funny enough, in my theory, I kinda say that's Belka, the Queen of Lothric. That is quite well. You would need to see my video to understand it well. But let's pretend that's the same statue in Dark Souls.
Okay.
But it's not a literal. It's not the literal same because the universes are divided. Even if
Right.
we have Night Rain, but
Well, Night
that's an
Rain shows us
allegory
that.
for what it means.
Well, Night Rain shows us that they are divided, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's like some kind of division And even if they have like the same elements, it's still this different places. But yeah, that statue is a allegory for a hooded woman of the goddess of sin. So that's actually on brand that why it's there. Well, maybe the whole church worked because that statue is there. Like all, maybe the statue in the middle of that place was replaced. Maybe that's the original one.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, let me
But
ask
yeah,
you.
it's the same goddess of sin,
Okay,
basically.
let me
Yeah, I
ask you a
mean,
Dark Souls
you
question.
you can call it Marika or something. What? Who
All right.
knows? Who knows?
So, you think Velka was the Queen of Lothric?
That's part of my video. I
Oh, let's.
actually say
Oh, no, no! Don't give
that.
it away! Don't give it away! Don't give it away!
Oh no, don't worry. But I say that Belka is. She has a lot of part-time jobs. She has a lot of fake IDs.
Oh shit!
And Guinevere is really elusive, more elusive than we think. Because we never know the true Guinevere. That's the most I'm gonna say.
True,
That
true.
Guinevere is not who we think she is.
Okay, if you say that she's Gertrude, I'm gonna downvote it. Boom, 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 immediately. No, I'm
No,
playing.
no, no. No, I think Gertrude is specified to be a descendant, a daughter to the queen. So she's just related to her. She's not
Okay,
her.
okay, because there are some people out there that you know because they're
Well,
they're
they,
called
they need to
gods.
stop.
They live
Yeah,
forever and stuff like that. But we know that they don't. Maybe.
yeah. I mean, they're not really gods. The gods of Dark Souls are just like amped up beings who think they want to. Well, they want to be more than humans,
Uh huh.
so they divide us with religion. But gods in Dark Souls are pretty pieces of shit, basically, and liars.
They're all Roger, man. Damn.
Yeah.
I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said
Whoa.
that, bro.
Damn, I missed the Royer slander. I haven't heard that phrase in a while.
I need to bring it back. I need to make a whole video about that
Yeah,
one day. Roger the liar.
you should. You should.
One day.
Yeah, I mean, I know someone who will downvote it. That's Jackal.
Yeah, Jack will fucking light my ass up. uh,
Definitely report it.
report it. Copyright strike me and everything. That'd be
Yep.
hilarious. Um, let's see. There he is in chat already. You dare, he says.
He is. He is.
Uh, so what has inspired you to like start pivot towards? Are you like pivoting a little bit towards Dark Souls, kind of like I'm pivoted towards other things as well?
Mm, maybe, but I think just like I said before, that Miyazaki does the same thing
Uh-huh.
in his games. He likes to repeat a lot of like thematics, meaning. So if I understand the older games, I can understand Elden Ring more.
Mhm.
And the Dark Souls saga has a little spot on my little Latino heart. Like I began with them, so I want to revisit them with a adult mind.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So,
it's all for the betterment of the lore.
so what are you expecting, if anything, to garner from the Dark Souls lore that will apply to Elden Ring?
Well, mostly how souls work. That's the same thing. Consciousness. When you're hollow, you don't have souls. And in Elden Ring, it's almost the same. Like you don't have runes. You're empty. How godhood works, or at least how they want to portray godhood, like fertility or lightning and that, and basically water. It's almost the same thing. Like we have the deep, we have sludge, we have like these dark swamps of darkness, just like we have the presence in Elden Ring as well.
Uh huh.
So they have the same connotations of like humans having these dirty parts of the soul and and basically architecture. Like Miyazaki loves Gothic churches, cathedrals, castles,
Right.
and both games have their things like how the Archdragon Peak is like really early Christian and mostly like a Eastern country.
Uh huh.
and how Honor Londo is like really gothic, so it means like Archer and Pig came first, just like we have our architecture in Elden Ring.
Right.
Of the many topics we have spoken.
All right. Let me
Well,
ask
yeah,
you.
Miyazaki likes to do the same things. I like to know what he thinks on different things.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. All right. In Dark Souls 3, the Ring City, right? We get introduced to the character Philonora, right? I think that's how you say her name.
Yep.
Do you think that was a cheap shot to introduce a character of Philonora who is said to be Gwen's daughter, or do you think it was a masterstroke in storytelling to introduce a character at the very end that was so pivotal, or do you think it was just like, oh, we need somebody, let's make up something real quick? Do you think it was made up just for the DLC, or do you think she had always been there but just never included into anything?
Well, sadly, I know how Miyazaki does his games, and I know Dark Souls 3 had a different story in the development. But most likely, they could have pulled out like some topics they didn't touch in the first game and just put them in Dark Souls 3. So it's most likely that she was somewhat implied in Dark Souls, and I believe that because, well, I can give you a snippet of my video. Like we can
Oh,
talk
is that
about
part of your video
what it
too?
means. Oh yeah.
Dang, dude.
Well, a little, but we can talk about her name. I can give you the meaning of her name.
Okay, tell me.
Well, her name is composed of two things. Philia in Latin, it means daughter.
Uh-huh.
And Anor, it means in Tolkien's Elvish, just a made-up language, but means son. So she's the daughter of the sun. And
Like,
if
wait,
we
S-U-N?
have a fake, yeah, son. So, I mean,
The
son of
Sol?
yeah, Sol.
Okay.
Yeah, the sun. So she's the daughter of the sun. She's another princess of the sun, but we have Guinevere.
Uh-huh.
So we may have a fake daughter of the sun.
Oh.
And that's where I'm gonna leave it.
Okay.
That's gonna be what you.
Fascinating.
I'm gonna make you think about it. Like, who's the fake daughter?
That's
Guinevere
amazing.
or Filianor?
Amazing. I'm ready. I'm ready to watch what you're cooking over there, man. It smells good.
I mean, I hope I can pull it out in the end of the month. Like I told you, the script is diabolical.
Man. Okay. So, all right. So I'll just say my piece then, and since I'm not making a
Yeah,
video
sure.
about it, and you tell me tell me your thoughts, or
Yeah, don't worry.
say you're wrong, or maybe, or it's interesting. I
Yeah, don't
think
worry.
I think that it was a cheap shot, that it was poorly done to introduce a character that was so pivotal to the game at the very end like that. And I don't think there was ever any indication that the Philonora was, in the realm of that reality. I think they just pulled it out of their ass because they were running out of time, running out of ideas for the trilogy. And because just the whole concept of that daughter being there. Because, like, think about it. If the Nameless King was introduced not as the Nameless King, but as a son of Gwen in the first game, and you had Guinevere in the first game, and there were these pivotal
Yep, and Gwendolyn.
and Gwendolyn, yeah, who was raised as a daughter,
Yeah.
right? And they were all in the
Yep.
game. They had statues, and you had statues of Gwen that
Yeah,
were
we have
destroyed.
information. Like we had a proof of their existence, a consistent
Narrative.
storyline.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, oh yeah, don't forget there's a fourth child. What? It's like, what? No,
Yeah.
no, and that's how I know they pulled it out of their ass. They were like, we're running out of time. I ain't got time to think of something. Added a fourth child, and we don't know what the hell. We're just saying that she's been sleeping for X amount of ages, and keeping the Ring City cloaked or veiled or whatever, wherever it is, because that's another thing that makes me wonder what the Ring City really is, because it was like, does that mean that the Dark Souls world was another Dyson sphere? That's the word that I was looking for. Dyson sphere is a hollow earth. It was like, is it one of those? Because you go down into the Dreg heaps, and you go down into the deep, and you keep going deeper, 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 and then all of a sudden you come out to this beautiful scenery of the sky, and there's this city, and it's beautiful, and it's like, what? and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, it's been down here the entire time, and she's been keeping it. Well, I don't know, man. Anyway, that's what do you think? That's
No,
all I got.
I mean, I would say I agree with you, 50, the 50%, because they sometimes pull shit out of their asses. Not gonna lie, that happens a lot. But
True.
then we have like good parts of the story that we can say like, oh, they're geniuses. Oh my God, he's such a legend. Like he's one of one kind in the generation. But then we have the like those lazy picks. We know that. I mean, maybe he knows that we know that he didn't think through it, and maybe Elden Ring has some spots like that. Who
Yeah.
knows? But we want to believe everything was planned,
Oh,
and
that's a good.
sometimes, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe Elden Ring has more cracks than we think.
Oh, that's a good question of the week. What is a lazy storytelling? One lazy story,
Yeah.
or what should it be?
And we should, yeah,
In
and we
Elden
shouldn't
Ring.
be afraid to say it so because everyone is human. Miyazaki's human, so if the story has a mistake, we just point it out and, and pretend it doesn't exist. But we need to address it. I mean, if you believe Miyazaki is like a god, then don't then don't go that week.
Right. Don't
I
listen that
guess.
way because we're gonna tear him apart. Because, and not only he's also a known troll, and
Yeah.
and for sure he's a businessman. He's a businessman, and so I'm sure he's got to take shortcuts. He's got to call it quits sometimes, or he's like, we're running out of time. Let's just fucking do something. I understand that.
Yeah. I mostly joke with my friends that like those Japanese hookers and cocaine is like too strong. They like they didn't even think of this. Like they just concentrate on those things.
That's true.
Like who knows those offices in Japan? Who knows?
Oh,
But yeah, well, I'm thinking of some mistakes in Elden Ring or some inconsistent story parts. But
uh-huh.
well, some people would try to make sense of those mistakes. But who knows? Maybe mistakes are just mistakes.
That
Just like we have them in Dark Souls.
that is a great line, and I love that. Mistakes are just mistakes, and we should
Yeah,
apply that when. You should
Yeah.
make a video about that, explaining, telling the community sometimes shit ain't gonna work out in a theory or when trying to theorize and make sense of the game because there's mistakes, and they're just mistakes, dude. I love
I mean, that video would be a bit controversial. I would be crucified by the defenders of From Software.
that. I'll make the video then. I'll make the video then.
Yeah.
I'll,
You
I'll,
should do it. I will accompany you on. When they execute you, I will be in the front line. Don't
you'll
worry.
right there to hit the axe too, or take a swing.
No, with the tomatoes back
Oh.
in the back line.
Oh, okay. I thought
Like
you'd be
wow, I
crucified
totally
next to
didn't
me.
tell him to do that. No, oh no. I will pretend I don't know you when
Oh,
they
okay.
come for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
Yep.
Like, do you know him? And you'd be like, no, I don't know him. Do you know
Nope.
him? No, I don't. Do you know him? And then I'm gonna look at you
Nope.
while they're crucifying me. I'm like, boss. Remember episode
Oh.
18?
Oh, I didn't. Well, I didn't tell you to do it because Reddy's gonna go after you.
All right, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna write that on my theory board. Mistakes are
Yeah,
just mistakes.
it's really interesting to think about it. I
I'm
mean,
gonna give you
that's what
credit.
is my video. Like, we need to question the lore. We need to question From Software even, and we
Yeah.
just need to question everything. And I mean, if we get something out of it, we get something. If we don't get something, well, it was a good ride.
It was. It was.
That's
All right,
how
sir.
you should take all of this.
Is there anything else you would like to talk about?
Not much, not much. Maybe the next video. Well, I'm gonna do a Dark Souls one, like I told you. I'm gonna keep going with a Elden Ring one I couldn't do with some hardware troubles I had.
Uh-huh.
And the next one is gonna be another Dark Souls one, and I'm gonna talk about water baptism and a bit of Elden Ring, but that's still on the whiteboard.
That's great, man.
But yeah, that's all.
I'm glad. I'm glad to see that you're keeping the Dark Souls series alive. At least that you're paying homage or something to it. It's nice. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's a great
definitely.
piece of art.
It is. It is. I mean, I still like Elden more.
You
It has
betrayed us.
more things,
Yeah.
but people try to pick sides. It's like, oh, I like chocolate more. Oh, I like vanilla more. I'm like, oh, I have two cakes. I have Dark Souls and Elden Ring. Wow.
What about Sekiro? You're not going to make a video about that?
Well, Sekiro is like a pretty small story. I don't think I would say something interesting. It's really good. It's a real good game, but I'm not sure if I could say something useful.
Okay.
But
Okay.
who
What
knows?
about Bloodborne? That shitty ass game. Do you like that?
Whoa. Well, I can enjoy Bloodborne, but it's really out of my field. Like Bloodborne's like really that was Miyazaki's cocaine phase, definitely.
No, it's an okay game. It's not that shitty. What about Armored Core? Are you gonna make a video about that?
Armored Core, I only played the first one. I'm like a new gen. I'm a child compared to people who have played the old ones, I guess.
Dang.
But don't get me wrong. They talk. There's a water part in Armored Core.
I think Patches is in Armored Core 6, I think.
I'm not sure if he's in the sixth one actually.
Well, he's in one of
But yeah,
them.
Armored Core
Maybe
has
he's-
a lot of things. Like we have sentient energy.
maybe.
Uh, we have water scenes. We have a lot of topics we can address in Armored Core. Who knows? Maybe I will put myself on a mech and preach about water in space. Who knows?
Let's see.
The limit is the sky.
It is. It is. All right, man. Well, I guess I'll let you go. I got one more caller, and
Oh yeah, sure.
I'll talk to you later, man. Be safe.
Yep. See you later, guys. Whoop.
All right, everybody. That was Boss Saucer. Make sure you follow Boss Saucer YouTube channel. Great content creator on YouTube. Boss Saucer. You can also see him on Inquisition Radio Live channel. He's also a podcast host there with Serious Moonlight and myself. Yep, check him out. If you love his content, you'll love him there too, because he is amazing. He is the future. Let's see. Tuluki asks, ¿Por qué no los dos? Why not the two? Yeah, you can have two. I'm just being contentious, I think. I don't know. Let's see. And she also asks, can the question be mistakes and missing content? Sure. Yeah. I think some of the missing content is a mistake to leave that out. Because I think it helps with the world building. A lot of the missing content or cut content also, I think it really built the world a lot more. And from what I've seen on YouTube, it didn't really like answer a lot of questions, but gave a lot more. But who knows why they removed it. But let's see. It looks like we got one last caller. You know him from his YouTube channel. You know him from the great theories that he makes from the frozen north. You love him. You respect him. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Not Godwin. Hey, what's up? Are you there?
Hey, hi. Hi.
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you doing? How's your night?
Man, it's going pretty good, man. I was pretty tired when I got off work, but I feel better now that I've drank some coffee and just sat here and just relaxed.
Yeah, that's great. It's starting to get hot here. It's like 84 degrees.
84 degrees. Oh man, that's nice hoodie weather. Man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be moving up north towards the northwest, so away from Texas here pretty soon. So
Oh, splendid.
I am gonna be cold a lot. So we'll see.
Well, hope you adjust to it.
Hopefully, if not, I'll just die from the cold. And somebody will have to take over the channel. I'll have to bequeath it to like my son or one of my daughters. Like, y'all take it over. Frozen. We found him dead. It's 85 degrees outside. He froze to death.
We'll just clone you. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man. Make a mimic.
Yeah. Save up the toenails.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Let's see. Do you want to start with the question of the week or jump into something that you want to talk about?
I'd love to talk about the question of the week.
All right, for you, not Godwin, sir. The question of the week is a doozy, and let's see what your answer is. That question is, what is the Crucible? Go ahead.
I think it's a graven mass for all life, not just sorcerers. The way I put it, it makes it sound like it's an artificial sun created by a Noah's Ark type of deal. It's like if Noah gathered all up the animals and would like, okay, now let's make a new sun instead of
An ark.
saving all of them and stuff. I think it's a giant soul repository, kind of like how there's a lot of different mediums for souls, basically a big data storage that persists for a really long time. And I think this is why it became the Erd Tree, because the Erd Tree is basically just a big old memory storage for clout and glory. I think the only reason why remembrances are created is if that fight is really spicy and really hits, and the Erd Tree is like, yes, glory and heroism, and like it's it turns out the Erd Tree is just a big fangirl. It just wants the best fights possible. It's like a UFC head sort of thing. And I think these aspects from previous lives come back, sort of leak out of this giant data repository, kind of like these ghosts in the machine, sort of like how we can never actually the weird thing is we can never actually create glitchless machines because there's always these cosmic radiations and like stuff bombarding the planet, and that actually interferes with our computers. Like most of the time when your computer dies, it's due to energy from space.
What?
Yeah, it's I'm forgetting the actual particles, but there's a lot of stuff that can actually interfere with your computer.
Neutrinos.
And it's nothing to do with you. Yeah, neutrinos. That's it. Neutrinos. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. And I feel like these glitches in the machine are the aspects of the crucible leaking out and infecting souls before they can hop into bodies and being born. And this may have an intentional purpose to it. And I think that might be where the Omen are coming from. That they're actually absorbing a particular aspect out of this crucible to spread amongst the people. And I think you can use the crucible to curse people in that fashion, because if and I don't think personally, if the fly plague has something to do with the crucible, that's horrifying.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Whereas if you have like a whole race of people growing tails, they might just be more chill about it. But what happened with the fly plague is very disturbing. I'm actually gonna have a completely different reason for the fly plague in my next video. I'm gonna explain that it all comes from resentment and bad juju and sort of spite, basically. The horns, yeah, I think the horn scent are choking on their own salt, and that's kind of what's facilitating the fly virus.
Amazing. I look forward to this video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Because, you know, I think you might be the first person to make a fly plague video. I've never seen one. I've never seen anybody comment or theorize anything about it. I look forward to this.
Yeah, the first hint that I had that it may have be like more magical or come from an outer god is because they treat it like it's infectious, but it's not. People were afraid to treat these suffering people just because they were afraid of catching the fly plague, but it's not contagious at all, and yet it's still people are born with this. Like we even have that horrible talisman that makes like the wrapped up fly child talisman. I
Yeah.
can't remember. Yeah, that if they're born with it, then it feels like there's a systemic problem. Like there's something way deeper than just communicable diseases and viruses and such.
Can I ask you a question? No. I don't want to ask you any questions.
course.
I'll wait for your video.
No, please do. Please do. I really don't have much left to talk about, so it's okay.
Okay. All right. So when you say they're born with it, are you talking about the hornset are being born with the fly plague, or are you meaning that the fly people are having children? Could it not be that the fly people are breeding? That's my question.
I think if they are breeding, they're not doing the birds and the bees. They're doing weird fly business.
Yeah.
I think that explains the weird split open carcass that we find like in the fly village. And why they're also obsessed with all of these decanters and these pots and vases and stuff. They might have there might be reverted back to some other form of procreation, because I feel like this even goes back into like Dark Souls and Demon Souls. It's really funny when you consider that in the series, no one has sex education. Like no one knows about the birds and the bees. They're making kids the wrong way. They're doing Frankenstein stuff. They're doing, they're like rubbing chickens together and praying to the gods to have kids and stuff. It's really fun. I think they are born like this because of the pervasing, like the ever-present hatred and spite and vengeance that they want to avenge all of the Hornsent, and that this is such negative bile it's seeping into the ground. It's polluting everything. This kind of omnipresent, omnidirectional vengeance is what makes you hate the world, and you become something very less than human out of it. And I feel that it's all psychological, and that it keeps passing on to their children because they are the victims of, like, even though they may have been terrible people in the past, that's up for debate. They're still very much victims of what Mesmer did to them.
Right. That's true.
And I think that's why, like, why the waters are polluted in Belrat. I think that's why there's like poison lakes outside of Castle Morn. Why Shaded Castle is like seeped in all of that negative energy. It's where terrible things happen.
Right.
And where the victims have no recourse but to like pollute the earth with their hatred.
Right. You make a good point about all of this, really, especially with the Hornsent also being victims of Mesmer, because I think a lot of people, or the community as a whole, from what I've seen and read and heard, is that people seem to villainize the Hornsent completely, like all of them, and I think that's using that as a broad generalization to make them all evil is wrong, because without a doubt there must have been people who did not agree with what the Hornsent were doing to the shaman, or because there's no civilization that is always 100% all the time like-minded, and to have Mesmer go there and then kill everybody he could, I that's what makes them victims in their own right as well. And I think the idea that I think that Miyazaki or FromSoft also wanted us to realize that too, with Mesmer's forces, kind of like betraying him at the same time when they discovered that he had the serpents with him. And so that's why you have like the Black Knight Hugh and his son, or maybe it's
Yes.
And all those forces that were imprisoned and killed, and that's why we have the Fort Reprimand to reprimand those who turned against Mesmer, and because not every civilization, not every force is always in agreement, and to punish everybody for the atrocities of a I guess a majority, maybe a few. I think Miyazaki was trying to tell us that it isn't right what Mesmer did, even though in his mind it may have been, or the motive was there. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, no, I completely agree. I think the only caveat I would add is that they weren't just doing the jar thing to the shamans, they were doing it to their own people. Like, there's a depressed Hornsent who was like, please don't put me in the jar. I'll be good, whatever it takes. I don't want to be a saint.
Yeah, true. Telling you. Okay, yeah, that was my soapbox for the night.
No, of course.
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead, continue, sir.
Yeah, I think it's a generational curse. You know how like vengeances and grievances can like become generational and stuff, and it kind of snowballs into a weird form of racism.
Uh-huh.
I think my next video is going to talk about how loyalty can become just another poison under certain circumstances, like how World War One devolved into chaos because everyone was loyal to each other. It's like, hey, my friend got invaded, so I got to help out. Oh, my friends are helping out the so and so's. I got to help out as well until everyone's at war.
I see that. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, but I'm also going to talk about Scarlet Rot and horns blooming and a lot of different other cool stuff.
I love Scarlet Rot. I love talking about it. That stuff is it's so fascinating to me too, because it's got like this coral reef, imagery with it, and the whole thing, life through death, or I think that's what they call it in game, but to me, it's more like it's like a reimagining or reconstruction of death into a life or something like that. I don't know. It's fascinating, and that it can affect the Elden Ring too, which is also really fascinating to me. I think the Scarlet Rot is stronger than the Greater Will, or whatever outer god it represents. The Scarlet Rot, it's stronger than the Elden Ring and the Greater Will itself, I think.
It really could be. Especially if it's like the space fungus that eats metal. That's intense.
Right. In my opinion, I've said it before in streams, but in my opinion, I think that the Scarlet Rot doesn't infect, like, it infects reality itself, not just the physical, but it infects whatever reality it's in. So because it's like the metaphysical and the physical, the spiritual, and all those things, it infects it all. It's amazing. It's dangerous.
I think you're right. I really do think you're right. I was even looking around at the Kindred of Rot Pass to see if I could check out their little bump on their neck that has like a little pink cordyceps bump.
Uh-huh.
But it's the way they're standing. It gets hidden behind their back shell and stuff, and I've only been able to see it on the forager bird.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this gonna be in your video? I can't wait to see.
I hope this part will be. I'm just trying to look into which Kindreds of Rot have this and which don't, because I think it's a very important part. Because Cordyceps was made famous through The Last of Us, but it's always been terrifying to me. This concept of your corpse moving along and a mushroom basically pushing all the buttons in your brain just for this ant to climb up a tree and spread all the fungus and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's even like parasitic wasps that like empty out caterpillars, and like the caterpillar has almost nothing left, but it'll still protect the children of the wasps. And yeah, zombie caterpillars are very creepy.
Right.
Um,
And a lot of this was the inspiration for my worm theory and my infections theories and all of those that I've had, because the insect kingdom is awful. it's it's a it's very yeah, it's awful. It's dangerous.
yeah, it's horrible being a bug apparently.
Apparently.
Like it was, yeah, if you breathe with like these big holes down the sides of your body instead of out your mouth, yeah, the stuff's gonna fall in there. It's gonna be terrible.
Right.
It's like you breathe through couch cushions on your side. Uh, I was gonna say, I never realized that what you're looking at in the round table hold is so important. These worm-like motifs along the head of the fireplace,
Oh yeah.
along the mantle and stuff.
The-
I didn't know that the wheat worms were in the round table hold. This is really cool.
What'd you call them? The wheat worm?
Yeah, the wheat worms, because their heads look like stalks of wheat or like corn or something.
Oh, okay. I see that. You know, I thought they were like representations of lamprey, but you know you also see that this right here at in Fair Missoula, you know,
Yes.
and so
Yes,
it's kind of strange that on this side of the world, in the capital here, you know, there Fair Missoula. So it also this right here. Blah. What I'm trying to say is that this right here, this being here, also reinforces my theory that Lindell and Fair Missoula were contemporaries. While one was rising, the other one was in decline, and so this right here also but reinforces it to me. But go ahead, sir. Sorry.
No, I think so as well. I sometimes wonder if the round table hold is meant to be more special than anything. You know, like how the Parthenon is like the only Greek building standing, or like how they left the House of Caesar still standing and stuff. It's almost like the round table is in the future,
Ah.
and we uh, use it as our home base in a terrible future, like both in Night Rain and in the base game.
Whatchamacallit, I think FromSoft actually answered, well, may have answered or gave us a hint to what Roundtable Hold is or where it is, right? And because on X, right, back when Night Rain was coming out, because I follow them and stuff, they had they tweeted out something. I guess you call it still a tweet, that the Roundtable Hold was in a corner pocket of time, and whatchamacallit, the night fairs would be there. You would go there in this secluded or cornered piece of time or whatever. So it's definitely outside of time, like where Placidusax is. I think it's around the same thing. And it's just out there being represented, and it's just but I say this, with it being on fire when you light the tree on fire, also I don't know how to reconcile that either. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think it might be part of like Melina. Like the place is so tied to Melina that it's burning along with her, or it's burning along with the tree. I'm not really sure.
Oh,
it'd be really nice if we could just like look outside.
wouldn't it?
If we could have a window or something.
Something. Yeah. Roundtable Hold is a mystery, and we'll probably always. Well, I take that back. If the movie will have Godfrey, and we know if it's going to have Godfrey, it's going to have Roundtable Hold. And guess what that means? We're going to get an answer, guaranteed. You heard it here first. Episode 18.
Yes, I'll be really Episode 18 hashtag episode 18. I really am hyped for the movie, and I didn't even consider Godfrey being in the movie, to be honest. I hope he's Ron Swanson. What was I gonna say is the Crucible also feels very. I feel like there's a particular use for Crucible magic. Like, if we have enough mass deaths, we can actually bend time, as if all of these souls were creating a fulcrum in time that allows you to twist it. And this is why Placidusax is suffused with this time twisting energy, is from the massive amounts of people who threw their lives in to make not only his boss room, but like Farum Azula itself. And I think being able to twist time is a very important part to Elden Ring, because you need it to kill a god. A lot of locations in the game seem to be fixed points in time. It Elden Ring is a very subtle time travel-y game. It wants to do it subtly to make you even wonder if any time travel is actually happening in the game. It's kind of ambiguous.
True. That's true. I agree with
Except for Placidusax, where we like we rebuild pillars that have fallen over and stuff.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you. I was going to ask you a question about the Crucible question back when you were, but I remembered what it is now. So at the beginning of this call, you said that the Crucible to you is like a graven mass, right?
Yes.
Does that mean? Do you believe in, or do you suspect that A, somebody made it? B, yeah, that's it. Do you think somebody made the Crucible then, if it's a graven mass?
It might have been the very first attempt to recreate the One Great, like kind of like a cosmic Humpty Dumpty scene, but with the outer gods, and they all clamored together to actually rebuild their parent, but they did such a terrible job that they're like, oh no, it's everything all at once.
Oh wow. Okay, I can see that too. I can see that. All right then. Well, sir, it's almost 9:00. Is
Yes.
any last statements you would like to make?
No, I'm just saying it was a great show tonight.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Well,
no problem.
You want to give a shout out to your channel?
Yeah, I'm not Godwin. I draw funny pictures and I make interesting videos. I'm having a great time at it. I just did a video about the dancing lion. That one was also really fun. And yeah, I love hanging out with the Golden Inquisition. It's a really fun group of people.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time. Take it easy.
See ya. Bye.
Well, everybody, it's that time again. It's 9:00. And we just heard from a great set of people. And that last one was not Godwin. Make sure you go follow him on YouTube. Not Godwin. Amazing guy. As you hear, he's a good guy. Very intelligent. Yeah. So there you go. It's episode 18 of the Call-In Show. And you know what? I think I will move the Call-In Show to a Tuesday nights. I know it's been moving around lately. It was Saturdays for the longest time, and then it was Wednesdays and Monday for this one. But yeah, Tuesday nights will become the new night, because why not? It's Sunday for me. It's my day off, but I had to work anyways. But yeah. So next Tuesday we'll discuss the new question of the week, which I have like 3 now, which are really good. And so I'll choose one. I'll post it on the Discord. Yeah. What a great episode. What a great show tonight. If you enjoy Elden Ring lore, consider joining the Discord. There should be a link in the show or the video description. If you want more Elden Ring content, make sure you look at those lists of content creators down there. Not only are they friends, but they're content creators and some of them are fellow Golden Inquisitors. And they make great content. Not only Elden Ring content, but just entertaining content as well. Check them out. I think they deserve a sub and a like for everything they do, because they're just amazing people. And you got a taste of that tonight. And every every episode of the open mic night, you get a taste of that. And it's open to everybody. If you're listening to this in the future and you're free on a Tuesday night, feel free to join the Discord, call in, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Great discussions there. It's D&D night too. Oh, Monday nights is D&D night? Or is that Tuesdays? I'm not sure. Let's see. What else? Yeah, so expect a new question of the week. I think, you know what? I think the question of the week this week will be, what was the mistake of the greater will? I think that's going to be the question of the week. Let me circle that. I'll make a post about that in the morning or later tonight. So the new question of the week for next Tuesday: what was the mistake of the greater will? Boom, boom, boom. Well, Jackal, the show will still be going on by the time you get home. So yeah, dude. Let's see. Oh, and I'll be moving to the Northwest, so the time change will be a little bit different as well. It'll be interesting. But you know what? We're all strong. We're all going to move forward. We'll make do. What will be, and we'll just keep striving for excellence because of the Golden Inquisition. It rises together. Let's see. Anything else? No, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening now and in the future. I appreciate it.